to Monday, a Monday that feels like any other day, right? So going a little rogue today. We'll call this a guided vinyasa. So if you want to add some weights or anything, definitely available in this practice today. We're just stick with body weight, but kind of winging it today. So it's going to be probably about a 45-minute practice. Lots of cardio, should really get that heart rate up. We're going to do a lot of hip opening and a lot of warming up the spine, getting so we can get maybe to that full wheel today. So be open-minded, find a comfortable seat. Welcome to Monday's practice, guided vinyasa, we'll call this. So find that comfortable seat. I am going to attach the playlist, and it's kind of, I'm going to go along with this playlist today. It's 3:30 on my Spotify is what it's called, but you know, any background music, anything upbeat is going to take you through this class. But if you want to follow along with me, it's 3:30 Vinyasa Burn is what it's called in my playlist. So I'm going to go ahead and start that song now. Starting with Wood, I think it's called. So go ahead, get seated. Close your eyes. Sit nice and tall, gently tuck your chin. Maybe just rest those hands on the backs of your knees. A few deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth might just feel really good right here. Feel like lately I have a different emotion, like every 5 minutes of every day. They're all kind of melding together, the days. So just kind of notice how you are feeling mentally and physically right here before we begin. Start to deepen your breath as you pull that low belly in and lift your pelvic floor. Allow the lips to seal and let that breath to start coming in through the nose and out through the nose, finding Ujjayi breath today. There's times throughout this practice you're going to lose that breath, and that's okay. You just continue to come back to it. Continue to come back to it. It's always there for you. On your next inhale, let's circle those arms up overhead. Start to connect with your breath. So you exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, circle. Exhale, seal it in. Take a few rounds like this. Last 3. And then we'll start to take those side bends. Inhale up, exhale to the right. Inhale, center, exhale to the left. Feel that nice stretch through the side body. Keep connecting with breath and movement. Waking up the body, waking up the breath today. Come back up through center after that left side. Bring those hands onto your shoulders. Take an inhale, open the heart, and exhale, elbows come down and kind of like a seated crunch. Inhale, lift, exhale, crunch. Find your breath. Force that exhale. Last 3. Nice. Find tabletop, guys. Let's do those cats and cows here. Start moving into that spine, keeping that connection with breath and movement. Inhale as you lift the tailbone, lift the crown of the head and drop the belly. Exhale, tuck and round. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tuck. So stay with these, or anything that feels good to move into the spine and keep a connection with your breath. So maybe it's hip circles or sway from side to side. Just kind of explore here. Find what feels good in your body this morning. Keep pressing that floor away from you through your palms. Just a few more breaths. And when you're ready, tuck the toes, lift the hips, extend back to that first downward facing dog. Take those heels up and press, maybe pedal your feet. Check back in with your breathing. Is that low belly pulling in? Smooth out your inhales and your exhales. Start to walk your feet to the front of your mat. Find a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold in. Take those feet a little wide, like hip distance apart. Grab opposite elbows. And just a little sway with that ragdoll pose today. Let it go. Let your head be heavy. Feel gravity doing its work. Go ahead and clasp those hands behind your low back. In this forward fold, open the heart. Reach those hands toward the floor overhead. Shoulder stretch. Let an inhale bring you up to standing. Reach the arms up. And as you exhale, grab that left wrist, pull up and over to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, come through center, bend the elbows, lift the heart, open up, back bend. And then forward fold as you exhale. Half lift. Plant the hands, step back. And we're going to lower down all the way to our bellies. Once you get onto your belly, take those hands toward the front of the mat, onto your fingertips. Little back bends here. Tuck your chin. Lift the heart. Press into those fingertips. Last thing to lift is your chin. And exhale, lower back down. Just 3 back bends of your choice. If you're really flexible here, you can always bend those knees, reach the head toward the toes. Or look over one shoulder and the other. Just take 3 and then press up, top of a push-up to downward facing dog. Take 3 rounds of breath here. In through the nose, out through the nose, reset. Stop or hop to the front of the mat. Half lift when you get there. Fold back in. Grab opposite elbows. Little sway. Reach those hands behind your low back. Find that shoulder stretch. Let an inhale bring you up to standing. Side bends. Inhale, find that back bend, and fall in. Half lift. Plant the hands, step back all the way down to your belly here. Take those fingertips to the mat. Find those 3 back bends. Try to keep your glutes soft. Straighten the arms if you can. Press up to plank. Downward facing dog. Let's lift that right leg high. Step your right foot forward. Drop the back knee. Crescent moon. Lift through the heart. Exhale. Plant the hands. Downward facing dog. Lift that left leg high. Step forward. Opening up those hips. Crescent moon. Exhale. Plant the hands. Step back. Downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath here. One more time, step or hop to the front. Half lift when you get there. Fold and grab those opposite elbows, ragdoll pose. Find the hands fall in. Inhale up. Side bends, right to left. Big back bend here. And then fall. Half lift. Plant the hands, step back all the way to your belly with control. Fingertips plant. Find those 3 back bends of your choice. Press up, top of a push-up to downward facing dog. Lift the right leg high. This time, right knee to right elbow, then lift. Step forward. Come back to that crescent moon pose. Plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Knee to elbow, lift it up. Step forward, find your lunge, rise up, crescent moon. Plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog. 3 rounds of breath here. Go ahead and look toward the front of your mat. We're going to step our way to a yogi squat at the front of the mat. Actually, let's take dragonfly twist first. So just step your right foot forward and reach up through your right hand. Find this dragonfly twist. So really open up. Reach those fingertips back behind you. Turn your heart toward the sky. Come back, downward facing dog. So we step that left foot to the outside edge of the mat. Onto the right fingertips, dragonfly twist. Back to downward facing dog. Right foot steps forward. Downward facing dog. Again with that left side. One more time, right to left. Exhale, step forward. Inhale, twist. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take it to the other side one last time. Downward facing dog. Okay. Now we're going to step to that yogi squat at the front of the mat. Whew, my knees just did a little pop pop. It's okay. Yogi squat. Sit up tall, feel your hips open up here. Breathe into them. From this yogi squat, I want you to rise up all the way to standing. Maybe even find your tippy toes, get as tall as you can. And then all the way back down, yogi squat. This time, straighten the legs. Reach for the toes, forward fold. Heel toe those feet together, bend the knees, sink the hips, and raise the arms. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Take Ardha, reach behind you. Find your tippy toes again. And then shoot all the way up to that big back bend. Open your heart. Fall forward with your exhale. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, and take your vinyasa. Inhale, up dog. Woo. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's lift the right leg high. Cross it under, right knee to left elbow. Inhale, lift, open the hip, or if it's available, flip your dog over here. Energize yourself with a nice big back bend. Come back through center or straighten the leg. And we're going to step that right foot forward back to that dragonfly twist. We've already been here. Take your left hand, plant it into the mat, and step into a side plank pose. We took that bind yesterday. Maybe go for that again. Or any side plank of your choice. Come through center. Step forward with that right foot. We're coming to warrior two. Arms to a T. Go ahead and press your palms in opposite directions. Deepen your lunge. For 10 rounds here, guys. Just this first time. Warrior two. Inhale to star. Exhale, forward fold. So option to stay here, go to headstand, get a stretch, or take those side lunges. Exhale, go low. Keep your chest lifted like you're looking in the mirror. We're going to change directions. This left foot is at the outside edge of the mat. And just a little lunge hops here. So switch, switch. If that's too much, you can walk it out or you can jump. Nice. Downward facing dog. Lift the left leg high. Cross it under, left knee to right elbow. Lift it up, flip your dog or just open that hip. Back through center. Left leg's high. Step forward. Dragonfly twist. To that side plank pose. And then we're going to step forward into warrior two. Inhale, star. Adjust your feet, exhale, fall forward. Stay here, play with headstand, or take those side lunges. Let's change directions. Back to the front of the mat, right foot's out wide. Hop those out. And step back. Downward facing dog, breathe here for 3. Find your breath again. Look forward, step or hop, back to that yogi squat at the front of your mat. Take an inhale, rise up. Exhale, go low. Inhale, standing forward fold. Adjust your feet. Take an inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, sink the hips. Raise the arms, chair pose to Ardha. That big back bend. And fall in. Half lift. Take your vinyasa. Modify it if you need to. Intensify if you can. Maybe add some push-ups in. From this down dog, right leg lifts, cross it under. Open a hip or flip. I'm not flipping here, I'm protecting my shoulder. If you've got it, go for it. Back through center, step forward. Dragonfly twist. Any side plank of your choice, maybe begin to bind. And then bring that foot forward. Warrior two. Inhale, star. Exhale, fold. Play here. Maybe it's those side lunges, or maybe you find yourself in headstand. We're going to change directions with that lunge toward the back of the mat. And switch, 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 switch. Downward facing dog. Left leg lifts. Cross it under. Flip it over. And back through center. Dragonfly twist. Woo! Breathe deep, guys. Side plank pose. Your choice. Step forward. Warrior two. Inhale, star. Exhale, fold. Choose where you want to go with this. Lunge to the front of the mat. Take those switch lunges. Downward facing dog. One more round. Here we go. Breathe here. Reset. Yogi squat at the front of the mat. Rise up. Go low. Forward fold. Come to chair. Fold in. Vinyasa. Maybe add a push-up. Downward facing dog. Right leg lifts, cross it under. Flip it over. Step forward. Dragonfly. To side plank pose. Any version. Bring that right foot forward, warrior two. Inhale, star. Exhale, fold. If you're taking those side lunges, keep your heart lifted. Let's change directions with that lunge. Take those switch lunges. Slow or fast. Down dog. Left leg lifts. Cross it under, flip it over. Dragonfly. Side plank pose. Bring the foot forward, warrior two. Star to fold. You choose. If you're craving inversions today, take this to headstand. Switch directions, find your lunge, and switch, 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 switch. Down dog. Whew. Child's pose just for a moment, guys. Find your breath. Take a sip of water. Hopefully you're feeling warmed up by now. That heart rate's picking up. Feeling the sweat. We got this. All right, top of a push-up when you're ready. Plank pose. If only they could make pants that would just stay where you want them to be, right? All right. Whew. You know what? My mat is moving. Let's move it back. Plank pose, top of a push-up. Here we go. We're going to take these mountain climbers. You can go slow and just tap those elbows, or you can start to run this out. You want to keep that heart rate up? Run it out for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Down dog. Step, hop, or float. Chair pose at the front of your mat. Woo, weight in the heels and keep sinking in that direction. All the way down. Come all the way onto your backs. Legs go long, arms overhead. V sits, guys. Take a deep breath in, get long, and exhale, lift that right leg up. Come down and lift, switch legs. So, you can always intensify or modify. If this is too much, bend those knees. If it's not enough, lift both legs. Keep it going. Force the exhale, guys. Don't hold on to that breath. Last 2 rounds. Last one. Bicycle crunches, hands behind the head. Tap the knee and switch, switch, switch. The longer you make that leg, the deeper you're gonna feel in that low belly. So really press through that heel. Let that leg go nice and long. Whew, find your breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Drop the feet, lift the hips. bridge pose. A few cleansing breaths as you lift those hips, then lift through the heart, lift the chin, feel that back bend in your upper back. Take the pressure out of the low back, press into the heels, wiggle the toes, soften the glutes. Start to bring those hips back down. Take your knee or feet nice and wide, arms to a T, and just drop those knees right to left. This is going to release any tension you may have created in your low back. Should just feel good here. Let it go. You guys are doing great. Almost through the hard stuff. Go ahead and pull the knees in, give them a squeeze. We're gonna rock and roll and find our way to the front of our mat. Take a vinyasa with control, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Go ahead and plant the knees and take a child's pose. One more deep breath in through the nose, out through the nose. And then inhale, look forward, come forward, exhale, lower. Inhale, press up. Exhale, child's pose. Again, lift, lower, press, child's pose. Keep this going, child's pose to chaturanga. You got this. Keep going, keep moving, keep breathing. If you want to start tucking those toes and taking that full chaturanga, or keep it modified, stay on your knees. Last 3, 2, and last 1. Nice job, you guys. Child's pose. Find your way. Downward facing dog. Let's lift that right leg high. Step the right foot forward. We're going to come into your lunge. Stay here for a minute just to feel those hips open up a bit. And then rise up to that full crescent warrior. Little knee dips here. So add a little movement into this. With the exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. All right, crescent warrior to marionette pose. Bring those hands to heart. This left knee is going to lift up, and then we'll step it back. Crescent. And lift, and back. Maybe start to straighten that leg out. Step it back. Find control through the transition. Last 2. Last 1. Hold here. Straighten that leg if you can. Bend and straighten. Bend and straighten. Maybe arms overhead. Stay tall. Last 1. With control, step back. Warrior 2. Arms to a T. This time, press those palms in opposite directions. We're going to do some bow and arrows. So take this back hand like you're reaching forward to grab something, and then throw it back. Reach and throw. Reach and throw. You can have a weight in your hand here. for 3, 2, and 1. Star pose. Woo, forward fold. So I want you to plant your hands, and we're gonna hop these feet in and out. The hard part here is keeping your hands planted firmly on the ground. So hop in and out. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hands to hips. Slowly rise up. Bring those feet a little closer and lower and lift. Keep your chest lifted like you're looking in the mirror again, guys. 3, 2, and 1. This time, as you come down, pulse. For 3, 2, 1, and lift. Pulse. And lift. Pulse. And lift. Pulse. Lift. Last one. Go ahead and straighten it out. And fold forward. Let it go. Forward fold, guys. Stay in your forward fold. I'm just checking in, making sure I'm not forgetting anything. All right. Let's change directions. We're going to go to the back of the mat and find standing splits. Lift that right leg high. Exhale, curtsy. Inhale, lift. Find that movement again. Right with your breath. Nice and strong. Opportunity here, if you want to plant those hands, when you come into standing splits, maybe you find a little handstand or a little kick up, or just keep with standing splits. Last few rounds, stay strong. Last one. Woo, step down. Yogi squat. Sink in a bit. Sink in. Open the hips. Nice job, you guys. We're going to turn these into little yoga burpees, okay? So we're in this low pose, yogi squat. From here, plant your hands, step or hop back. Add a push-up or just plank. Step or hop forward. Rise up or hop up. Back to squat. Take those yogi burpees. Add in more or take out. Go easy on yourself if you need to. Make sure you can breathe. I'm definitely breathing. I'm sure you can hear me. Keep it going. How about one last one? Yogi squat. Rise up, lift that right knee, and go low. Switch sides. You guys are doing great. Keep going. Don't quit. One more. Right and left. Yogi squat. Let's send it back and take child's pose. Release what you need to, guys. Stay in child's pose. I'm just gonna check, make sure you're still with me. Awesome. Okay. When you're ready, find tabletop pose. Come onto those hands and knees. Water if you need it. turn those fingers to face us in this tabletop. And take some cats and cows here. We put so much pressure on our wrists in our yoga practice. So it's nice to add a stretch in there. Add those wrist stretches into your practice. Last couple rounds. Okay, bring those fingertips back to face the front. And we are going to actually come to the center of our mat. Go ahead and face me. Reach our arms up overhead on your knees, about hip distance apart. Take an inhale, reach up. As you exhale, swing those arms behind you. Drop your forehead to the floor. Reach the fingertips toward the sky. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, lower. Really, guys, this just feels good. Take two more. And back through center. Come on to that left knee. Bring the left hand to the mat. Right hand to your hip. We're gonna lift and lower. Lift and lower. If you want to add a little more, you can always bring that arm into it. 3, 2, 1, hold. Pulse, 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 pulse. Woo! Back through center, onto those knees. Inhale, reach. Exhale, fold. Just take 3. Okay. Other side, to that right knee. Lift the left leg. Hand on hip, or add that crunch in. Lift and lower. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and pulse, pulse. Maybe that leg's really high. Maybe it only feels like it gets a couple inches off the floor. Everybody's different. 3, 2, 1. Whew. Let's face the back of the mat and find downward facing dog. Oh, let's get through this left side. It's going to be a little different. Find your breath again. Lift the left leg. Step forward. Find your crescent. Little knee pulses. Hands to heart. Bring that knee to chest. And step back. Lift and back with control. Smooth the transition. Breathe through it. Maybe start to straighten that leg. Last 3. Whew. Maybe 4. All right. Step it back, warrior 2. Drop that back heel, arms to a T. Reach forward, grab it, and throw it. Grab it, and throw it. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Star pose. Forward fold. Let's find those lunges again. Right to left. Chest is lifted. Keep that gaze out in front of you. Maybe at the arms. Keep it going. Okay, guys. Up through center. Heels in, toes out. Take Buddha squat. Find your breath. Lift one heel. Sink your hips a little lower. Keep those elbows in line with your shoulders. Switch feet. Both feet lift. Hold. Woo! Find your balance. Hold. Those legs are shaking. Straighten it out. Fold forward. Walk the hands to the front, standing splits. Exhale, curtsy. Inhale, lift. And curtsy. And lift. Go for that handstand today. If it's anywhere in your practice, go for it. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Ha. Go ahead and step back. Plank pose. Just a couple shoulder taps. Keep those hips steady. Try not to drop them. Find your breath. Nice and strong. Woo. Plank to forearm. Drop the hips. Start to look down at your toes. Walk them toward your elbows. Dolphin pose. Send your heart through those biceps. Maybe lift a leg. Maybe a hop. Maybe a forearm stand today. Switch legs if you're lifting. Switch legs if you're hopping. Keep pressing that heart forward. Ha. Bring it down. Child's pose. Onto those hands and knees. Let's take needle, right arm reaches. Scoop it through. Curl that arm behind you. And switch sides. Ha, left arm this time. Right arm curls. Deep twist and stretch. Come back through center. Come onto your forearms. Reach those arms out in front of you. Keep your hips over your knees and send your heart toward the floor. Little puppy pose here. All right, guys. Let's find our way onto our backs. Onto our backs. We're going to come onto our backs and lift. Keep that left knee bent. Reach your right foot toward the sky. Maybe point those toes. Press your palms into the floor. Lift the hips. We're going to take that right leg and just drop and lift. For 5. Keep those hips lifted. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Keep the leg lifted. Drop the hips and lift. Lower and lift. For 3, 2, 1. Woo, bring it down. Feet wide. Drop those knees right to left. Reset. All right, bring those feet back to hip distance. Lift the left leg this time. Then lift those hips. Drop and lift. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lift the leg, drop the hips, lift and lower, lift and lower. 3, 2, and 1. Woo, bring it down, feet wide. Windshield wiper those legs. All right, bridge pose, guys. Lift the hips, lift the heart, lift the chin. Exhale, lower and lift. Lower and lift. Keep it going. Find your breath. This has been a tough one to talk through because that heart rate's been really high this whole time. One more time. Lower down. If your spine was ever ready, guys, this is it. See if you can make it toward that full wheel pose. Walk your feet a little closer to your hips. Plant your hands. Fingertips face your toes. Elbows point toward the sky. You have the option here. Press into those heels and lift the hips and just come onto the crown of your head. When you feel safe here, press up. Send your heart forward. Stay for a few more if you can. When you need to, bring it down. Nice job, you guys. Go ahead and roll up to seated. Just come to the front of your mat and find your breath for a minute. All right, come into that tabletop pose, and press back, down dog. Lift your right leg high, right knee to right wrist, lengthen that left leg behind you, look over your shoulder, make sure it's nice and long. Lift through the heart. When you're ready, start to fall into that sleeping pigeon pose. How about like the beginning of class where we took those little back bends? Let's take them here. So bring your forehead down, fingertips at the front of the mat. Tuck the chin, find a back bend. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. And lower. And lift. And lower.
So yeah, I'll
let it go.
my ear with him, but he's got a lot of, this was one of those conversations where he asked me to quiet things.
Trying to quiet my husband down, sorry guys. Hopefully you have some music on.
So yeah, I'll try to bias a little bit.
It's my fault. This is going longer than 45 minutes for sure. All right. Let's switch. Step back, down dog. Shake out that side. Left leg lifts. Left knee to left wrist. Don't plop into it. Take your time. Look over your right shoulder. Lengthen the leg. When you're ready, let's take those 3 back bends. Fingertips to the floor. Bring that forehead down. Tuck the chin. Lift the heart. Lift the chin. Make it fluid. Make it feel good. And then allow yourself to fall in. All right, as you press up, drop onto that left hip. Just swing the legs out in front of us into a wide-legged forward fold. Take that left arm, scoop it under, right arm up and over. I'm opposite, right arm down, left arm up and over. If you're really flexible, reach for those toes, find a bind. Try to keep that shoulder pulling open. Lift your gaze up. Take it to the other side. Back through center, lift up. Think about sending your belly to the floor. Instead of rounding out that back, from the waist, drop the belly toward the floor. If you're like me and not very flexible in those hips, you might not get anywhere where so it feels. You can always sit on that block. It's gonna create a little more space for you to hinge from those hips, drop the belly, reach forward. All right, come up. If you have a block, release it. And we're just gonna find our way all the way onto the back. Come into plow pose, lift the legs up, drop those feet behind you. Make sure you're tucking your shoulders under so that there's no strain on your neck. Bring hands to your low back, reach those legs up. Take any shape you want to here in the shoulder stand. Maybe it's lotus legs, maybe it's butterfly, or just kind of walking it out. Whatever feels good, be playful here. Can always do eagle legs. All right, back to plow. Drop the feet behind you. Maybe bend the knees. And with control, roll onto the back. Happy baby. We are winding down. Hopefully you feel a lot more calm, a great deal of gratitude, more so than before you started. Bring those knees in, drop them over to the right, spinal twist. It's the goal here, right? To recreate that calm energy in the body, to get out all the tension, all the crazy, right? Knees through center, take them to the left. I can't imagine making it through this time that we're dealing with without being able to move the body, to feel the strength of your breath. This is a gift. Bring those knees back up and just take these last few moments. Do not skip this part for that final surrender. Release the breath. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Close your eyes. Feel the power of silence, of stillness. Come back to your senses, blink your eyes open. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Turn wrists and ankles. Head from side to side. Bring the knees in any way that works for you. Just come into a nice seated pose, coming back to where we began. Notice the difference. Bring your hands to heart center, bow your head and close your eyes. Truly is an honor for me to offer this to each of you. I hope you take advantage and enjoy it as much as I did. The light in me honors and bows to that same light in each of you. We got this. Namaste. Enjoy the rest of your Monday, guys. Peace.